Hello and welcome to another edition of the LinkedIn Couch. My name is Ray Sorrell and this is...
I'm Jo Saunders.
Today we are going to talk about your name. But first I'd like you to do one thing.
One thing?
Click, just one thing right now.
One thing.
Click on the subscription. Well, what do we say? Click on the...
Cushion
to subscribe.
Down there.
Hit the notification bell and you'll be told every time we upload a new video.
Or sneeze.
Which will help you get the most out of LinkedIn. Okay, so I have another question for Jo, because Jo's a LinkedIn expert. I have recently seen different ways people try to use to stand out, okay? And obviously the headline or the positioning statement, as you say, is one of the major ones. But I've also seen people use emojis in their name.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Is that a good idea?
Okay, no. That's it, episode over. Now, I'm going to explain why, though, it's not a good idea. I mean, in terms of standing out, yeah, you want to stand out and grab attention, and you might think you're being really clever, but there's a couple of reasons why you don't want to. Well, firstly, it depends on your network and who you want to influence. And if you're a professional and you've got a smiley face emoji or a crown, I see a lot of crowns, right. Or I don't know, a poop emoji. I mean, I haven't seen any of those, to be honest, but there's a lot you can do with emojis. I don't know, a mailbox, depending on where you do it.
A globe, for example.
Oh, a globe. Now, if you're on the app, on the phone, the way that emojis show up, they're actually in colour. But if you're on desktop, they don't necessarily show up. They might be black and white, or they might show up as a weird character. But the reason you don't want to add them, other than looking unprofessional...
Yeah, that's my thing.
And a bit amateurish, and a bit like a 12-year-old, is that you're actually penalising your ability to be found, potentially, but you're also... A couple of things. If you're a professional and you use a CRM, so some people will bring their LinkedIn data into their CRM, and one of my connections gets really frustrated with this because if you've got extra information, it doesn't match up to the fields necessarily, or it just adds extra noise that doesn't translate into actual text in your CRM. So there's that one. But the biggest one is search. So if you think about this, and I saw something the other day with this guy that had this really standout way of positioning himself, and I thought, for a moment, I'm like, oh, how does he do that? And then after showing someone, one of my other LinkedIn expert friends, they said, well, it's emojis. So one of the emojis is letters and numbers. So it's a square, and we'll show a screenshot. Now, not having a go at this person at all, they probably thought they were doing really clever. And like I said, I can see why you do it. But when you use emojis to create letters, they're actually not letters. There's a whole series of codes and ASCII codes behind the scenes.
Right.
So in terms of search, you're actually penalising yourself in search because of it. So this particular guy, if you search for his name, it's really hard to find him because his name doesn't actually say his name.
It doesn't register under
No, so it's a bit of a risk. So I can see why you do it. So if you want to stand out, use your headline, use the background image if you want to do something clever, use video. Lots of other things you can put in your profile to stand out. But your name, you want to keep your name quite pure to your name because you want to be found.
It's a driven snow.
Like Jo Saunders, pure Jo Saunders. There's no fluff. There's no extra stuff.
Okay. Is there anything else you can use within the name? So can you have your name and then something else, like some sort of positioning, or is it just your name?
Oh, you've got my pet hate here, haven't you?
I've seen people do this as well.
Yes, so if I could be Jo Saunders, LinkedIn Demystifier, you could be Reg Sorrell, video extraordinaire, whatever.
Pain in the rear end.
That's right. Now, once again, yes, pain in the rear end. It can help you it helps you to stand out visually, but you're adding all this extra stuff. And once again, the CRM connection. If you've got that extra positioning statement in your surname and your first name is Reg Sorrell, it doesn't match up to the CRM. It penalises you in search. If LinkedIn ping you, which they may do because it's actually a breach of their user agreement.
Yes, that's right.
You're penalised in search as well. So, yeah. The only thing that I think is okay is post-nominals. Like if you've got a particular certification that's relevant to your industry, like if you're a project manager and you've got a PMP, that's quite critical to what you do. You can put that. If you've got an MBA and that's relevant to what you do. If you've got some certification in YouTube and video that's really critical, you put it there. But if you've got 10 degrees, and I've seen this happen, if you've got all 10, it can get really noisy and you lose the focus, Yeah.
I'm sure somebody has got all their 10 degrees up there.
Oh, there are. I do see some, or 10 acronyms that relate to your business or your profession. So you might be a fellow of this organisation and a fellow of that organisation, and you've got your MBA, your this, your that, the other. It just makes your name really long. So if I mention you in something, all that string comes with, unless you go backspace, 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 backspace.
Yeah.
And that's annoying.
Yeah.
And I just think it just looks cluttered and unprofessional. You're trying to be professional, but as a result, you're looking a little bit unprofessional, I think.
All right.
So pick and choose.
Excellent. Okay, so basically what you're saying is your name should be as pure as Joe Saunders is. It's just your name. Do not add any emojis
Bump.
or any bump. That's a great word. I like that word.
I do.
Don't use any bump. So what do you call them? Postnatals? What?
Post-nominals.
Post-nominals. One or two maybe if it relates. So keep it nice and succinct, and then use your positioning statement maybe as a bit more of an expansive description.
Expansive, yes, good word.
Not quite as good as bump, but it's up there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's this week's episode, isn't it? We've got no more
That's it.
content. We've pretty much excellent. We've done well today. Thank you very much for watching. Can I remind you to click on the cushion to subscribe? And if you want to watch last week's episode, it'll be above my head. You can click on that. What did we talk about last week, Joe?
I can see it.
Yeah. What did we talk about? I've forgotten.
We talked about something really important,
It was,
which was I
I
can see a desert.
Obviously, our memories and our
It was really good. You'll have to. It's a mystery. You'll have to find it.
Anyway, we're jabbering. Thank you for watching. Tune in next week, and we'll see you then.
See you then.